and Now biscuits.
Opposition says delays unlawful. PPC Kua on Milimbe police operation. And Fincher Fan DDA looks at wind energy. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Ovoy. Thank you for joining us. The opposition has raised strong concerns over the ongoing delays on the local level government elections.
The elections were initially scheduled to take place much earlier but have faced repeated postponements. Opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa argued that these delays breach the country's legal and democratic obligations and claimed that deferrals are not only unlawful but it's also unfair to intending candidates who have already invested time and resources preparing for the elections.
I am very concerned because a lot of our councillors have spent a lot of money campaigning in their small villages. Presidents have exhausted themselves and they are no longer on the payroll. So how do you expect them to go out and do awarenesses and talk to people about their policies and the government's policies? And for us here, we are concerned about the independence celebrations coming up.
They are now calling on the Electoral Commission and the government to provide clear timeline and take immediate action to ensure the elections go ahead as soon as possible.
And my call I made about 8 days ago when we met here again was for the Electoral Commissioner to come out and state clearly to the people of Papua New Guinea why the delay. We've seen a lot of systematic failures in this country.
The opposition insists that restoring trust in the electoral process is vital for strengthening democracy at the grassroots level and for maintaining transparency and fairness in local governance across Papua New Guinea.
7 years, how can you delay energy election for 7 years? This is totally injustice to our country's structure. We have national government, provincial government, energy government. So why have we played a role, or if I may say, is that we have deliberately denied our people?
Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
With the country heading into its 50th independence celebrations, opposition leader Douglas Tumuriesa has called on the government to ensure thorough and responsible preparations for Papua New Guinea's 50th independence anniversary in 2025.
Opposition leader Tumuriesa said this milestone is not just another event, but a historic moment marking half a century of nationhood. He said proper planning, transparency and wise spending are critical as the country prepares to mark the Golden Jubilee.
Independence is about 6 weeks away from today. And I'm very concerned with our preparations going 50 years of celebrations, the Jubilee year for Papua New Guinea.
He raised concerns over the current state of the nation, pointing to rising issues and decline of basic infrastructure. He said problems highlights the country's instability and could undermine the significance of the celebration if not urgently addressed.
When we get into independence in a few weeks' time, we have all our councillors and presidents who are currently out for elections. And the celebrations back in the wards, for instance, in my electorate, we've decided to celebrate in zones instead of bringing everybody together into the station and substations. We've decided to break the 2 islands into zones. And so people will be celebrating down there. But then you have the elections been delayed. And I'm very concerned with the delay of the elections.
He urged the government to involve all stakeholders, ensure public funds are used responsibly, and focus on strengthening national unity and stability ahead of the 2025 celebrations. Jonathan Sibona, National EMTV News.
Provincial Police Commander for Milne Bay, Benjamin Kua, gave insight today on police operations for the independence celebration. Due to manpower constraints, they can only focus on the Alotau area, where most of the events will take place.
In a phone interview, PPC Kua said they are working closely with the provincial government to align their plans for the operation. The Independence Committee is finalizing the program and should be able to advise the public on this soon.
Programs is underway, and a number of people will be involved in hosting different castle goals and so many things will be happening in town. So our events committee are working on it. They are doing the preparation right now.
He outlined the independence program in town will involve police and correctional service officers parade and the raising of the flag.
Also, our districts, with the district administrators, are hosting also in the district headquarters as well. Currently, our policeman power is not enough, but we're having one or two officers plus ourselves will also be assisting security issues in the districts, and all the plans are there also tasked to participate with the district committee to ensure that security is also.
There is also need for operations to other locations during the independence, but due to limited manpower, police in Alotau have opted to focus on areas where there will be independence activities happening. Mr. Kua urges all people in the province to abstain from illegal activities at this time and join in the spirit of reflecting and celebrating the journey of the nation this far.
Basically, it is our 50th anniversary, it's a time of celebration. So my appeal to all the people in the province, they must have in their mind be in the mood to celebrate. So it's not the time to do other illegal things to this celebration. Everybody should embrace that we come this far from a very uncivilized beginning until where we are. So we should be all, happy with what we achieved so far. So we appeal to all people in the community to avoid problem and everybody to take part in celebrating one another in the community all across the province.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
The 2025 inaugural cultural show began today in Upper Mendi, Southern Highlands Province.
Around 3,000 people from the area, including people from Enga, Western Highlands and Jiwaka provinces, came to see the show. The show featured 5 sing-sing groups that showcased their 5 sacred rituals their ancestors have practiced in the past. One of these rituals will be showcased in the Port Moresby exhibition coming this September. The show committee received 50,000 kina from Prime Minister James Marape, another 50,000 kina from Mendi Muniu MP Raphael Tonpi, and 30,000 kina from NCD Governor Powes Pakop, a total of 130,000 kina to host the inaugural cultural show. Artists like Shadist and Owa Unit performed live for the crowd's entertainment. The show is set to be staged again in July 25th to 26th next year. As Papua New Guinea prepares for its 50th celebrations, cultural shows empower our people to unite and celebrate our deeply rooted culture. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
The opposition is in support of the call by the Special Parliamentary Committee on the Abolishment of Road Traffic Authority. This was revealed today in a press conference.
The Special Parliamentary Committee on Public Sector Reform and Service Delivery made a call to completely abolish the Road Traffic Authority on the 14th of this month. The opposition government, in a press conference today, supported this call.
They don't have any accompanying power of arrest. They just check and they don't arrest anybody. For that, they have to call in the police. So if the police are the effective authority who can make arrests, leave that role to them.
The governor for East Sepik Province said there were several members of parliament that questioned the functions of Road Traffic Authority when it was created. However, the government saw fit to endorse its role.
But the monies that are going to RTA, we don't know where it's happening. Now, if you look at the act that the Marape government brought in at the time, the RTA is also supposed to collect an additional tax on petrol and diesel that you pay at the Bauza. And that was something else that Mibla been object long this time, because it's an additional tax burden on the road users.
Meanwhile, the opposition is urging the government not to interfere with organizations that are well delivering on their mandated functions.
This MVIL, it's worked beautifully for years and years before. Now we'll destroy them. Let's restore it. All the payments should be made at the Motor Vehicle Insurance Registry, wherever it is, throughout Papua New Guinea, and end of story. No more duplication.
Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab saja na. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
The all-new GWM Power has the best-in-class pulling power. Book a test drive today and hop into Broco Motors for a spin.
From humble beginnings 30 years ago, Datech is now the largest communications technology solutions and services provider in PNG. We have intensified our solution and service offering with sound business practices and a strong affiliation with some of the largest technology providers in the world. Datech does not only strive towards supplying goods with total customer satisfaction, but we innovate and provide value-added services. Datech, innovative solutions, valued services.
Education systems must invest into things like technology that will detect if there's AI detection tools and plagiarism detection tools.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions about artificial intelligence in Papua New Guinea.
We can train AI to understand our own public culturally sensitive contextual data and information.
That's all tonight.
Welcome back to National EMTV News. The commander of NCD in Central and Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Turi confirmed 7 suspects involved in a sorcery accusation-related violence case have been arrested from Ganai village in Abao district.
Mr. Turi said 6 of the suspects are male and 1 female. He clarified that the suspects are those involved in harboring the main suspects, as well as those involved in burning the house of the sub-victim and those that assaulted a man who passed away last month at the Port Moresby General Hospital due to his injuries. The arrest came about after ACP Turi received report of the violence from the village and advice for the mobile squad and Central Police Commander to carry out an operation. Despite the poor road condition at the Bam village in Cloudy LLZ, 4 police vehicles went through rough and bad road condition to apprehend the suspects. The Ganai people were surprised to see police officers arrived in the village. ACP Turi highlighted it was an expensive exercise to plan and execute such police operation. He said that they will try their best to address such issues and calls on the communities to cooperate with police in providing accurate information. In the meantime, the suspects have been detained at the Sorcery Police Station and Criminal Investigation Department officer from Central now taking charge of the case. Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru claims the 300 million kina spent to acquire the National Identification System was a waste of money.
Minister Maru made these comments while stressing on the United Arab Emirates' offer to bring in head-cutting technology to assist with PNG's National Identification System.
They want to give us technology to digitize Papua New Guinea. What do I mean by that? They want to give us technology where we have NID cards. You don't even have to go and fill forms and go to the NID office in PNG. Take you 6 months, 12 months, you don't even get your card. It can be done online within 24 hours. People can apply themselves.
He said China did not give PNG with a free NID system. The country had to spend its own money for a project that did not complete its rollout.
When we acquired the NID system, it wasn't an aid program from China. We spent 300 million to acquire a system that is so problematic that we even can't even reach the whole Papua New Guineans, even 10 years after we acquired the technology.
Maru added the country must now look into establishing comprehensive economic partnership agreement with other countries to open up for free trades. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
National Judicial Staff Services gathered at the Waigani Court premises on Friday to commemorate the International Judicial Wellbeing Day.
In partnership with the Pacific International Hospital, the event brought together staff members of the PNG Judiciary and healthcare professionals from Pacific International Hospital to mark the day and promote workplace wellness, joining courts across the country in highlighting the vital role of wellness in the justice system. Papua New Guinea Center for Judicial Excellence Assistant Director and Program Officer Stacey Lavakia Wali said the judiciary recognizes that judicial work is demanding and that addressing stress and mental health is essential and not a weakness. She noted that wellness activities were taking place across all provincial courthouses, reflecting a unified and ongoing commitment toward building a safe, respectful and supportive work environment throughout the PNG judiciary. A team of 3 doctors and 3 nurses from PIH conducted free health checks for NJS's staff, including blood pressure monitoring, blood tests and weight assessments. The event featured informative health talks with Dr. Ludwig Nanawar presenting on work-life balance and Dr. Stephen Yenny from Rainbow PIH sharing insights on secrets to healthy living. NJS's staff expressed their appreciation for the initiative, many noting that it was the first event of its kind held for them. It has been confirmed that this will now become an annual event, reaffirming the judiciary's commitment to staff well-being. Nicole Rema, National EMTV News.
SMAC Propriety Limited will conduct a high-level technical and financial assessment for onshore and nearshore wind energy generation in Finchafen District, Morobe Province.
This strategic initiative is Finchafen's District Development Authority's commitment to exploring diversified renewable energy solutions to boost the district's hydropower development program. The proposed wind energy assessment will determine the technical feasibility, financial viability, and environmental implications of harnessing wind resources to generate clean electricity for local consumption and potential transmission to Ramu Grid and New Britain Province. Under the agreement, SMAC will perform required key tasks that will be delivered over a 3-month period. SMAC will also provide recommendations for the next steps, including further studies and stakeholder engagements. This project complements Finchafen's District Development Authority's broader renewable energy vision, including studies into over 1,000 MV of hydropower potential and associated transmission infrastructure, positioning Finchafen as a future powerhouse for Papua New Guinea's energy transition. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
Brian Bell Agriculture has launched its new farming group, GrowCo, to support landowners and farming groups. This is to allow farmers to access quality products and get expert advice from industry professionals.
Elaborating on the initiative was the General Manager for Brian Bell Agriculture, Janoa Smith. Mr. Smith highlights on how the division plans to change the outcome of PNG farmers.
Whether it's seeds, fertilisers, potting mix, gardening tools, all the way through to agriculture machinery. GrowCo members have access to exclusive offers and invaluable support.
Labrand's manager, Peter Laka, encouraged farmer groups to register with GrowCo to access the products. Mr. Laka said the initiative comes with farmer pack costing 5,400 kina, with more packs to come later.
Our first package that we have on today on display, we call it a farmer pack. We can see a rotary chiller. This rotary chiller, plus we've got knapsack sprayers. We've got world-renowned Tramontina brand of bush knives. The spades we've got a wheelbarrow there. These all packages we have bundled it for the farmer.
GrowCo Ambassador Christopher Tapp revealed the benefits of the initiative.
Under this group, they are able to benefit from this package. They can come the first time, they can continue to do business with Brian Bell and pick up everything at Brian Bell.
Mr. Tapp said the pack will empower farmer groups to increase production. Interested farmers are advised to visit Brian Bell outlets or log on to its website to register for free. Jacinta Doctor, National EMTV News.
Lagai Poverty Relievers Association, incorporated in the new Lagai district of Enga Province, has partnered with the Fresh Produce Development Agency to maximize commercialization of potato farming in the district.
Layaga Poverty Relievers Association Incorporated OLPRA Chairman Tony Sulupin said they have begun potato seeds multiplication and distribution project in the Pilikambi LLG and will continue into the other 2 constituencies of the district. He said now in partnership with Fresh Produce Development Agency, they are developing clean potato seeds to distribute to farmers. Sulupin highlighted that the next stage is to train potato farmers with intent to foster farmers' capacity building in the Layagap district. He emphasized that potato farming is doing well in the province due to the cool climate. The Layagap Poverty Relievers Association Incorporated is a community-based organization that focuses on various initiatives, including agriculture, cultural preservation, and biodiversity conservation. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
And now we take a look at the NESFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2415 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2340, $0.3533 Australian dollars, $0.1910 euro, and 34.24 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed higher, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed lower. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI Group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
The all-new, powerful GWM Power. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Join me on House and Home for all your home and lifestyle improvements.
It's not rocket science. And many of these things too, like I didn't go to school, I teach myself.
From Hot Talk Mom, health and fitness, interest stories, gardening tips, out and about, pet care, and many more. Join me every Tuesday, 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Now to an election update. Ballot boxes for the Porgera-Payala Open by-election is being airlifted from Porgera to Wabek for counting to begin.
Western End Divisional Commander and Porgera State of Emergency Controller, ACP Joseph Tondop, confirmed the transportation of ballot boxes from the Payam police station to Wabek this afternoon. ACP Tondop assured the government, New Porgera Limited, business houses and the general public that the joint security forces on the ground will ensure a transparent and peaceful counting, leading into the declaration of a new MP for the Gold Ridge District. Provincial Election Manager Anton Iamau confirmed that counting will take place at the Wabek Primary School in the heart of the provincial capital. Out of the total of 66 boxes, 9 have been set aside and 57 boxes will be counted before a winner is declared. It is highly likely that counting will begin towards the end of this working week. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Moving to overseas news, confidential police data has been revealed that almost 400 indigenous children and teenagers were held in Northern Territory watch houses over a 6-month period.
Almost 60 pages obtained by the ABC under Freedom of Information reveals more than 90% of children held in the watch houses from last August to early March this year were Indigenous. Some of the facilities mentioned in the data are notoriously overcrowded, with windowless cells and lights on 24 hours a day. It's unclear exactly how long each child was kept in the watch houses.
The United States and the European Union have agreed to a trade deal, which Donald Trump is hailing as the biggest ever.
Congratulations. The framework was unveiled after a meeting between Mr. Trump and the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen at the US President's golf course in Scotland. It'll see a 15% import tariff applied to most EU goods, down from a threatened 30% duty, which was due to take effect on Friday.
We've reached a deal. It's a good deal for everybody, I believe. And I think you were saying this is probably the biggest deal ever reached in any capacity, trade or beyond trade.
It is.
It's a giant deal with lots of countries.
This agreement averts a spiralling trade war between the world's two largest economies, which account for about a third of global trade. It includes more than $900 billion of EU investment in the US and the purchase of more than $1 trillion worth of energy, replacing Russian gas and oil. Some products, such as steel and aluminium, will still be subject to a 50% levy.
We have stabilized on a single 15% tariff rate for the vast majority of EU exports. This rate applies across most sectors, including cars, semiconductors, pharmaceuticals. This 15% is a clear ceiling, so no stacking, all inclusive.
The 27-member EU bloc had prepared countermeasures to be slapped on US goods if no deal was struck. Leaders from the European countries are welcoming the agreement. But some economists say the 15% levy appears to be a face-saving compromise for both sides.
When you look at the economics and when you look where we stood at the start of the year, namely with hardly any tariffs, the European Union will clearly lose from this deal. The European Union will see the negative economic impact, even though at 15% tariff rates, this will not be the end for the European economy.
Donald Trump outlined his administration's new tariff regime in April. Higher rates are due to take effect on Friday after weeks of negotiations with major trading partners. At this stage, there's no word on whether higher import duties will be applied to Australian goods above the across-the-board 10% figure that currently exists. US officials say negotiations will continue.
Obviously, after August 1st, people can still talk to President Trump. I mean, he's always willing to listen.
The Israeli military has continued airdrops into Gaza and is enforcing secured corridors for convoys of humanitarian trucks to travel through to the Strip.
After months of warnings that Gaza was on the brink of famine and dire reports in the last week that starvation was taking hold across the Strip, babies among the dead, Israel has relented to some of the international pressure put upon it and has eased some of the restrictions on aid entering the war-ravaged territory. It is important to point out that this is not a return to the situation in Gaza which we saw earlier this year during the January-February ceasefire when large amounts of aid were allowed into the Strip. This is only a partial easing of those controls, and humanitarian agencies are already fearing it won't be enough to stop the situation deteriorating even further. The Israeli military continued airdrops of aid through Sunday, with the governments of Jordan and the UAE also announcing they had completed airdrops over Gaza, the latter two countries dropping 25 tonnes of aid in several locations. It does remain a dangerous situation, however, the ABC speaking with one man who was shot while trying to retrieve some of the supplies which had fallen to the ground in Gaza's north. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is continuing to insist enough aid was being allowed into the Strip before describing it as a minimal amount of humanitarian aid. And he is continuing his criticism of the United Nations despite being forced to implement this change of policy.
The UN is making excuses and lies about the state of Israel. It says we are not allowed to enter with humanitarian supplies. We are allowing them. There are secured roads. There have been all along, but today it is official.
It wasn't exactly busy at the Kerem Shalom crossing in southern Israel, at the point where the Israel, Gaza and Egyptian borders meet. That's the main point through which aid has been moving in recent months, and there were only a handful of trucks there early on Sunday afternoon. Where there was movement in a development was at the Egyptian border, 100 trucks moving towards Gaza, carrying more than 1,200 tonnes of aid, according to Egyptian state media. The United Nations is warning that there will be no quick fix to this situation, that the relaxing of the aid restrictions will only go so far. Now, that might be a statement of the obvious, but the UN's human rights chief is urging the world to work together.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
Serving for over 25 years, the International Training Institute, ITI, is one of the leading higher education institutes accredited by DHEST. We offer diploma in business management, business accounting, marketing management, small-medium business management, human capital management, information communication technology, and tourism and hospitality management courses. Download our application from our website and apply now for July intake. Orientation on the 16th of July. ITI, investing in quality and affordable education for your future.
prey on the living and come by the thousands. They will not stop until they get what they want. From the producers of malaria, dengue, and yellow fever comes a plague that will not and cannot be stopped unless it's sapped. Stop them dead with Sap mosquito coils, out now at your local supermarket. Rated deadly.
Soft and lovely hair growth cream. The new way to nourish your hungry hair. The first hair growth cream with natural origins. No silicone, overload of nutrients, and incredibly melted texture that is instantly absorbed by your hair. Available at Trends Essential Beauty Shop in Bryant Bell Plaza, Gordon's, and Eliseo Rainbow, Trends Salons, and all retail shops near you.
The GWM Tank 300 has all the amazing creature comforts you want. And it really loves going off-road. Hop into Barocco Motors for a spin. Book a test drive today.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
True Kai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. The International Training Institute presented 18,000 kina to the Port Moresby Cricket Association today.
The sponsorship reaffirms ITI's commitment as a major sponsor for the annual cricket tournament since 2009. Chairman and co-founder of ITI, Senthil Kumaran Sentival, said setting a foundation is important and further stressed on engaging unemployed youths in sports.
Actually helps a lot of students. A lot of people who are maybe unemployed, people who are, this thing is always give them something to focus on and get their minds, on and to play the games. And plus, most of the PNG cricket players come from their competition, actually, most of them. So they are the basically basis for the international players as well. So foundation is always important. So always get them right by giving them more support. They can build it up, So.
Port Moresby Cricket Association President Dean Ani thanked ITI for the continuous support and highlighted how the funding will be utilized.
We run a comp from next month to December, which is a 6-month competition to run the premiers, reserves, women's, and the under-17s as well. So that will go towards helping us to administer the competition, paying the umpires, the scorers.
Mr. Kumaran emphasized that cricket is not funded properly. However, the sport is progressing well.
Dreams of bigger sports in PNG. PNG does very well. For the amount of training and amount of money, PNG actually in cricket wise is quite. They actually do quite well. So if we get more funding and more help, I think it'll actually PNG can shine a lot in, when it comes to cricket internationally as well. So always start from the foundation. What you see in the international level is all started from the ground up. So that's why we support.
Port Moresby Cricket Association Vice President Adson Leka expressed his gratitude to ITI for the continuous support throughout the years.
With the continued support from 2009, our Barras have made 2 World Cups for cricket as well. So ITI is well recognized by cricket community because of their support backing our POMCA, because most of, I'll say 99% of our players are from POMCA, and that's because good support coming from ITI.
Mr. Kumaran said ITI will continue to support Port Moresby Cricket Association. Nicole Rama, Trukai Sports.
In the PNG NRL competition round 15, Goroka Bintangor Lahanis defeated Lacenex Tigers 26-16 points in home ground game at the National Sports Institute in Goroka yesterday afternoon.
The kickoff was done by K92 board members and first secretary to the Ungai Bena MP Kinokafeo, Chapman Namaru, on behalf of the Lahanis management. The first 20 minutes in the game saw Lahanis centre Tasi Kawage scoring the first try back with a successful kick by hooker and captain Charlie Buka. The Snakes Tigers returned the try as left centre Moti Yura scored with a successful kick by halfback Mark Alunga, levelling the scores 6-6. Another try by Lahanis wing Jack Gassi and a successful kick by Buka took the scores up to 12 to Tigers 6 at halftime. In the second half, Tigers forward Reynold Tai scored with an unsuccessful kick, leaving score at 10-12. Lahanis weak Jen Gassi scored again, taking the score up to 16-10 with an unsuccessful kick by Buka. Another try by Lahanis with a successful kick by Buka brought the score to 22 with Tigers still at 10. Lahanis centre Sefa Dait scored, followed by an unsuccessful kick, left the scores at 26 to Tigers 10. Tigers halfback Mark Alunga finally scored, followed by a successful kick, left Tigers at 16. Full-time score saw Goroka Bintangor Lahanis 26 to Lacenex Tigers 16 points. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja nak? Yum!
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum!
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, 1 cube at a time.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi.
education systems must invest into things like technology that will detect if there's AI detection tools and plagiarism detection tools.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions about artificial intelligence in Papua New Guinea.
We can train AI to understand our own Papua New Guinea culturally sensitive contextual data and information.
That's all tonight.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching True Guy Sports, and now moving to overseas sports. In the Women's Euros final, the Lionesses retained their title in a dramatic penalty victory over Spain, 3-1. And that ends True Guy Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
True Guy Sports. True Guy Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
The GWM Tank 500 has a super luxurious interior with 7 family-friendly seats, and it really loves going off-road. Book a test drive today and hop into Barocco Motors for a spin.
Join me every Thursday night as Sports Scene brings to you all the local and international sporting updates. Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David.
Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on Auckland. Now an NRL team based here.
To create a pathway.
And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel, and you're watching
all the younger ones should follow.
Sports Scene, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
Now looking at the MoneyPlus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly sunny periods with possible chances of showers and isolated thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy periods with possible occasional showers and isolated thunderstorm. Kerema, partly sunny periods with possible afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. Alotau, partly sunny periods with occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms. And Popondetta, morning fog, clearing to partly cloudy periods, then possible isolated showers and thunderstorms. In the Momasa region, Lay City, partly sunny morning to sunny then partly sunny afternoon. Medang, partly sunny periods with possible chances of showers and thunderstorm. Wewak, partly sunny periods, then possible chances of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorm. And Vanimo, partly sunny periods, then possible chances of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorm. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, partly sunny with possible isolated showers. Kavieng, partly sunny periods. Kokopo and Rabaul, clear sunny morning to sunny periods. Kimbe, partly sunny morning to sunny, then possible isolated evening showers. And Buka, partly sunny periods, then possible isolated evening showers. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, partly sunny morning to sunny, then possible isolated afternoon showers. Goroka, Barnes and Kundiawa, morning fog clearing to partly sunny periods with isolated showers. And Mendi, Tari and Wabek, morning fog clearing to partly cloudy, then possible isolated evening showers. Now looking at small ships forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerema to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Island, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huen Gulf to Fincher Fen, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Fincher Fen through Vitius Strait to CSC Long Island to Medang, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Fincher Fen through Vitius Strait to CSC Long Islands to Medang, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Island to Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. And waters of West New Britain province, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Now looking at the ocean forecast, Coral Sea sees slight to moderate east to southeasterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea sees slight to moderate southwest to southeasterly winds of 5 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea sees slight southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean sees slight to moderate southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Monday, the 28th of July, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up next, 7 p.m. in Focus, 7:30 p.m.